Good morning, dear children. We have already done with the explanation of lesson 2, Thunder Cake, right? Now, today, we are going to discuss the poem of lesson 2, The Dark, written by James Carter. Now, first, see the warm up part. Okay? Look at this picture. See, this is what the picture is. Look at this picture. What does a night like this make you feel? What do you associate with a dark and eerie night? Okay, it has been asked that when the night is completely dark and you cannot see anything, how does it make you feel? And what comes to your mind? Association means what comes to your mind when you think about such a dark night. Okay, you know, students, when it is night and when it is completely dark, nowadays in the cities we have electricity all the time, and our tube lights all make the rooms and houses, and even when we see roadside street lights in the colony and society, they make the way completely bright, right? Actually, the darkness has not seen now, but if it rains or suddenly the transformer fails, you will find the light of the area goes, and suddenly you will find that the entire area is covered in dark. We will be scared. The first thing that comes in your mind will be, Mom, Papa, where are you? Right? So, why does that happen? See, when we can see things clearly, that gives us a sense of assurance. Whatever will come over, we can deal with it, right? But when it's suddenly dark around us and we can't see anything, then a sense of alarm runs out in our brains that now if anything attacks us, we will not be able to fight against them, right? This is a primary feeling of survival. You know, both light and darkness are equally important in our life. So, night is as important as day. Okay? So, children, do this warm up part. Okay? Now, let's start the poem and let us see what the poet want to say for us. Okay? I will read the poem first. Why are we so afraid of the dark? It doesn't bite and doesn't bark, or chase old ladies round the park, or steal your sweeties for a lark. And though it might not let you see, it lets you have some privacy and gives you time to go to sleep, provides a place to hide or weep. It cannot help but be around when beastly things make beastly sounds, when back doors slam and windows creak, when cats have fights and voices shriek. The dark is cozy, still and calm, and never does you any harm. In the loft below the sink, it's somewhere nice and quiet to think. Deep in cupboards, pockets too, it's always lurking out of view. Why won't it come out till it's night? Perhaps the dark's afraid of light. Now, let's begin the explanation, children. In the first para, the poet asks you, why are we so afraid of the dark? It's not going to bite you and it's not going to bark at you. It's not going to chase old ladies round the park or steal your sweeties for a lark. So, what is sweeties? Sweeties means sweets. Sweeties means sweets. Okay. And for a lark means for a joke. For a joke, see here, that is not intended to cause serious harm or damage. Means that sometimes we just out of humor tease somebody, right? Doesn't it cause the harm? So it's like a small prank played by your brother and sister. You know, when somebody steals your sweeties just to prank you, so poet is asking you what exactly you're afraid of dark, because it is not going to bite you, bark at you, right? We are scared of dogs. Why? We are not scared of pets, but we are scared of street dogs because we think that they will bark, that they will bite, especially ladies, that the poet says that they are going to chase them round the park, right? So they are not going to steal your sweets, they are not going to chase you, they are not going to bark around the streets or bite you. So why exactly you are afraid of the dark? That's the poet is asking you. Now let's go to the second paragraph. And though it might not let you see, it lets you have some privacy and gives you time to go to sleep, provides a place to hide or weep. Okay, now the night that brings the dark gives you time to go to sleep, right? We all know that, and that also gives you some privacy. We all go to our room during night. We can be alone finally, okay? And now we can go to sleep, and dark also provides you a place to hide away. When sometimes we are upset over something, we don't talk to anyone, right? We want to be in a place where nobody can see us and we can sit there and weep. So, how can we be hidden? We hidden in the dark where nobody will find you and nobody see that we are weeping. So that's the point want to say. According to him, the first para was that fear we have darkness was unreasonable. Like it will give you privacy, it will give you time to sleep, and it will give you a place to hide and weep. Okay, now let us see what he says in the next para. It cannot help but be around when beastly things make beastly sounds, when back doors slam and windows creak, when cats have fights and voices shriek. Now, beastly means unpleasant. Here, beastly means unpleasant. Now, the things that roam around us in the dark, when you see them in the daylight in the zoo, some animals you are not scared of them, right? But they hide in the darkness and they hold the sounds that they make. Why we are not scared? Because we are not able to see them. So in the darkness, their voices makes them very scary. So it is not the fault of darkness, right? That those birds and animals making that sounds which is making us scared, that is not the fault of darkness. So that's what the poet is trying to say, that birds and animals make sound in daytime also, but we fear on hearing them on night. That's not the fault of dark. So these things are not created by darkness. So in the first para and third para, the poet is saying that whatever the things happens that are not because of dark. And in the second and fourth para, he is saying that the benefits of darkness. So let's see what he is saying in the fourth paragraph. Okay. The dark is cozy, still and calm, and never does you any harm. In the loft below the sink, it's somewhere nice and quiet to think. He is saying that the darkness is cozy. Here, cozy means, see, the meaning of cozy means that which makes you feel comfortable and relaxed. Okay. So, cozy means it makes you comfortable and relaxed. At least, when you grow up, you will ask me, I wait for the darkness. I cannot sleep in the light. My body and my mind, when it is dark, it gives the signal that the day is over and there is nothing to do. So, automatically we relax, and dark is not going to give you any harm. And loft, here loft means a space at the top of a building under the roof used for strong things. So, where do you find darkness inside your home during the time? So, below below the sink, and light cannot reach directly, and you cannot find the darkness hidden. So, and it is also, the poet says, somewhere nice and quiet to think. So we cannot sit exactly below the sink, but yeah, we can sit and think, yeah, right? See the last para. Deep in cupboards, pockets too, it's always lurking out of view. Why won't it come out till it's night? Perhaps the dark's afraid of light. Now poet says, deep into cupboards in our pockets are always hiding and lurking. Here lurking means waiting and moving in a secret way. Waiting and moving in a secret way means, and it is out of view means you don't always sleep in cupboards, right? So it's always waiting there out of view, waiting for the night to come. So the poet is asking you why it's come out till it's night, and the poet says perhaps the dark afraid of light. So now, how is dark afraid of light? Now, according to me, darkness cannot exist in light. So that is the reason it is afraid of light. Okay, children, hope you have understood the James Curtis poem, The Dark. And I want each and every one of you to do the warm up part, and I'm waiting for your response. Bye, children. Thank you.